IndyCar Speedway League is on the air. Tony Trapasso up in the booth for you. Just want to welcome everybody to the first road race ever held for the ISL. This is also, I'd like to point out, the kickoff to the RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League Challenge Cup, which will consist of this race today at Watkins, Glen, the first visit we make in the season to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, as well as the regular season finale at the Dover International Speedway. So 3 tracks, which require 3 completely different disciplines to really get around quickly, and we're going to be looking at some interesting racing coming up. Take a quick look at the standings that we have here. Quentin Young currently going fast time, low 56. This is roughly what we're going to be looking at here. Low 56s. Anything under a minute is going to be a good lap. 60 laps, the scheduled distance when we do go green. First standing start that this league has ever done. Now, if those of you looking at the ratings, would like to remind everybody that that's not really the normal rating that these drivers have. For example, 5th place, you see Chris the Punisher Parkman, currently showing in red with a rookie stripe on the car. That's only because this is a road course, and a lot of our regular drivers, let's face it, we're mainly an oval league, folks. We don't do a lot of, go fast, turn right kind of things, but, so that should really shake things up here at the Watkins Glen International Speedway. So we're just going to bring you some sights and sounds for a little bit. Sit back and relax. And qualifying set to go live at roughly 6 minutes from now, from the looks of it. And we will we'll go from there. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. So with practice getting ready to wind on down here, Quentin Young currently going quick time with a 56.168. Scott Dick 56.409. Gary Bauer 56.622. Tyler Graff 56.657. Good grief. Defending series champion Cody Eldred rounding out your top 5 currently with a 56.671. You know, out of all the tracks that we're going to be visiting this season, I really have to say that the wild card is going to be this one. Simply because, as you can see from when I bring up the timing and scoring, which let's do that now. There's the overall standings. You see a lot of orange and a lot of red if you take a look at the ratings. Now, that's the driver's licensing that you're looking at. Normally, you'll see a lot of blue and a lot of green with a little bit of yellow, a little bit of red, a little bit of, some other colors mixed in. We're seeing a lot more red and a lot more orange this time. Simply because we do have quite a few drivers who don't spend a lot of time on the roadside. So, that being said, qualifying getting ready to go underway here. And we are going to get the opportunity when it arises to us to be able to follow defending series champion Cody Eldred on his qualifying laps. So, would like to take this time to remind everybody that tonight's race is brought to you by RobertsTechJobs.com, proud sponsor of the RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League. RobertsTechJobs.com is your Midwest source for IT temp-to-hire positions. For more information, go to RobertsTechJobs.com and let Bill know that the ISL sent you. RobertsTechJobs.com is also the proud sponsor of the RobertsTechJobs.com Tri-Track Challenge, which, as you heard me say earlier, is going to consist of tonight's race at Watkins Glen, the first trip of the season to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, as well as the regular season finale at the Dover International Speedway. Any driver that can win all 3 of those races in the same series, in the same season, in the same car, will receive a cash prize and a trophy to commemorate the event. We'd also like to thank Hanover Fist Racing, Terry Adams. Thank you for all that you do for the league, putting up practice rooms and being a mentor to the younger drivers. David Llewellyn, DHL Express, thank you for all that you do for the league as well. We'd also like to thank Robert Lacavara and Convergent Composites. Thank you for all that you've done for the league. And we would like to remind everybody that this current month of racing, I completely forgot about Motorsports Graphic Design and Tyler Graff. Thank you for all that you've done for the league so far. We'd like to remind everybody that the Pulmonary Hypertension Association and the Indy Speedway League would like to remind everybody to get checked for pulmonary hypertension. And we're currently in qualifying right now. Cody Eldred out on the track, taking it through the right-hander, coming into the final corner for lap 1 of his qualifying attempt. A couple drivers on track so far. Cody completely just bombing it down into turn number 1. Quentin Young currently sitting quick time. Chris Parkman currently sitting up there. Scott Dick in the top 3. Cody Eldred currently sits 4th. So a lot of drivers taking time early. And you can definitely tell the difference between the haves and the have-nots as far as the drivers that have put in the time this week to get used to this setup, get used to this track. Try to figure out how to, negotiate all the different turns and where all the different braking zones are. And you can really tell that by those that are in the 56s and those that aren't quite in the 56s. Let's put it that way. Where you're going to make up time. It's really anybody's ball game tonight, because this is also going to mark the first time that this league has ever done a standing start, which is going to lead to all sorts of fun and excitement as we get down into turn number 1. So with that being said, Cody currently on lap, looks like getting ready to complete lap 3, which I believe is his second flying lap. Not going to improve. Jumps him back into the top 5. And you can really make up time or lose a ton of time coming through the S's there as he comes onto the long back straightaway. Now, we are running the track tonight without the bus stop, which he just blows right by there and bombs it down into the, some people call it the carousel, some people call it the horseshoe, whatever you want to call it, into the NASCAR short chute, which links both parts of the boot, the entrance and exit that you just saw in the background there. Comes into the only true left-hander on the course. And looks like that should do it for Cody's qualifying. Currently sits 5th quick. Hell of a qualifying run for somebody that is admittedly, and you ask him, he'll tell you, he's not really a road course ringer, if you will. Some of the names that are currently sitting up there, Quentin Young, arguably a road course kind of person with an A-class road license. Scott Dick currently sits 3rd. The one that kind of surprises me is current points leader Chris Parkman. 2 wins on the season so far, looking to carry the momentum from last week's race, where he just basically dominated the field over here into the road course. Real surprised to see the rookie red on his car tonight. We've talked to Chris before, and he says, I'm not a road course guy, but dang it, I love the Glen, and his qualifying time shows it, as you can see. Just under a full 10th off of Quentin Young. I got Josh Vincent up there, Ray Zerkett, your usual suspects up towards the front. Cody Eldred, Gary Bauer, Terry Adams currently sits 8th. Good to see that. Tyler Graff is up there. Isaiah Dupree. Isaiah newer to the game, but he's getting there. Mike Whitaker has been doing a lot of road course practicing. Same with Johnny Antonucci. Bob Lacavara has been doing some road course stuff. Forrest Sparks says that this is the one race that really had him concerned, being as he's admittedly not as comfortable on a road course as other tracks. But, still able to that's a respectable time. I mean, I was actually able to partake in this setup earlier in the week, and, Forrest, no offense, man, your qualifying time was right about where mine would have been. So, for somebody that's arguably not a road course guy, you're holding your own there, bud. Dylan Lucas, good to see TJ back with us here. Took a couple of weeks off, back with us here for the Glen. Looks like, where are we? Chris Hamilton not taking time. Mike Baker not taking time. Jay Anderson not taking time. Richard Sudduth not taking time so far. Mark Holmes not taking time. Alex Green looking to start towards the rear. Greg Napier looking to start towards the rear. Joe Morganti. Series sponsor Bill Roberts in the 21 looking to start towards the back and maybe hopefully miss the melee in turn 1. Sam Cooper Bennett, Kevin Paskowich, Matt Belton, all not taking time so far. We've got just over a minute left in qualifying. So get your drinks now, kids, and we'll see you here in just a couple of seconds as I'm going to have a little bit of fun when we go green. I promised last week that this would happen. Even though the person I made the promise to isn't here, I'm going to keep my promise. Just about 30 seconds left in qualifying. Looks like Quentin Young is going to steal the pole there. Chris Parkman is going to start outside row number 1 as we get ready to turn these cars loose. 60 laps the scheduled distance. No cautions, just local cautions only are going to be the situation here. And let's see if we're going to have anybody joining us in the booth as the field starts to form up here. Quentin Young and Chris Parkman going to start row number 1. Scott Dick, Josh Vincent going to be row number 2. Inside row number 3, Ray Zerkett, Cody Elder, defending series champion, going to start outside row number 3. Gary Bauer and Terry Adams, 2 of the more experienced drivers in the league, going to start row number 4. Tyler Graff, Isaiah Dupree going to make up row number 5. TJ, not even going to try it, Tej, so you're just going to call you TJ for the night. You and Mike Whitaker are going to make up row number 6. Johnny Antonucci and Bob Lacavara, the New Jersey, Pennsylvania connection, they're going to be row number 7. Dominic Byrne, David Wright, going to make up row number 8. Row 9 is going to be Forrest and Jay McClendon. John Napier, Dylan Lucas, going to be row number 5. Matt Belton, Chris Hamilton, row 6. Jay Anderson and Alex Green are going to be... Dylan Lucas, Matt Belton are going to be... John Napier and Dylan Lucas are going to be row 10. Row 11 is going to be Matt Belton and Chris Hamilton. Row 12, as we're getting ready to roll off here. And I missed it. Sorry, folks. Looks like there we go already. Some calamity going on there in turn number 1. Let's see who... Sam Bennett getting caught up in that one. Bob Lacavara getting caught up in that one. As we ride along a little bit here with Sam. Well, Sam coming out of the pits already, so it looks like it wasn't him. Chris Parkman getting annihilated. Let's... as we ride along with Chris. Revs are up and green flag drops. No start towards the back of the pack. Somebody not getting it in gear as they come down into turn number one. Everybody in the front seems to be giving everybody some room. And Parkman just grabs the curb wrong, and it looked like... Who is the 13? Just calamity in turn one. Lots of... Oh, my Lanta. So Parkman is having to tow already. Looks like Mark Holmes had to tow. Quentin Young continues to show the way. Scott Dick in tow. And then we're over 2 seconds back to Ray Zerkit. Zerkit taking it easy early on, but he has Terry Adams in tow. 2 seconds back. Cody Eldred, Tyler Graff, Isaiah Dupree, Mike Whitaker, Mark Holmes, Bob Lacavara rounding out your top 10. These front two are just going to start turning laps as the field comes up through the S's down the long back straightaway here. Kind of figured that turn one was going to be all sorts of fun and excitement. And it looks like Parkman and Green trying to make their way back out on the track after burning a fast repair after that turn one calamity. Quentin Young, Scott Dick, Ray Zerkit, Terry Adams, Tyler Graff, Isaiah Dupree, Mike Whitaker, Cody Eldred, Bob Lacavara, and Matthew Belton rounding out your top 10. A gaggle of cars coming down the back straightaway. Beautiful sight here at lovely wine country of Central New York. Quentin Young from just up the road in Syracuse, New York, showing the way currently. Local boy made good, if you want to call it that. Leads by over a second, pushing 2 seconds actually right now. Quentin Young, Scott Dick, Ray Zerkit trying to reel in. Ray's trying to reel in Scott. They've already started to gap Tyler Graff sitting in fourth. Tyler, Terry, Isaiah, those guys are all 7 seconds off the leader. And then so Cody Eldred off the pace. Didn't catch who that is coming into the pits already, but there's guys that are definitely burning their fast repairs early. David Wright back out on track. Alex Green. Oh, I do not envy the post-race review crew after this one, because there's just, and that was highly uncalled for. Let's go ahead and take a look at what just happened there, because that's very uncharacteristic. That looked like Jay Anderson just not seeing Alex Green coming up on the inside and just pods him. Very uncharacteristic of Jay on that one. We're going to go back to live here with Alex with Scott Holmes in tow. Jay Anderson able to recover, getting back into the fray there. And this is the battle for 17th on the track, which currently happens to be the best battle that I can find, because right now everybody else is just so damn strung out. You know, that's the group of cars that are closest to each other right now. Looks like Richard Sudduth may have eaten the wall. Kevin Paskowich looks like he may have been caught up in someone else's mess yet again. Quentin Young continuing to show the way here. Already getting into lap traffic. As a matter of fact, that's the battle we were just watching directly in front of him. Jay Anderson getting by, looks like, and I don't think Alex knew he was there or thought he was trying to, I don't know what he was thinking. And it looks like Hamilton, and I believe that was, yes it was, that was Scott Holmes and Chris Hamilton getting into it. And Quentin Young continues to show the way. The next car he's going to come up to is, looks like 18th position with Jay Anderson. Anderson gives him plenty of room. Alex Green just completely bombs it through the carousel, almost catches the tire barrier. Good save, Alex. Quentin Young, Scott Dick, Ray Circuit, Tyler Graff, Isaiah Dupree, Cody Eldred, Mike Whitaker, Matthew Belton, Richard Sudduth, and Dominic Burns rounding out your top 10. And Alex Green looks like he just went off. Terry Adams just had a hellacious run. Let's go back and see what happened with Terry on that one. And it looks like there was a melee in front of him that Sam and Alex didn't quite catch who that was that caught Sam. And oh no! That was at the time third place Ray Zirkett that got caught up in that one. Good grief. Oh, that was very unfortunate. Ray going to have to burn a fast repair now as if he's got any hope of staying on the lead lap. Quentin Young continuing to show the way, still stretching that lead out on Scott Dick. Tyler Graff moves up into third as we follow Ray Zirkett down Heartbreak Ridge, also known as Pit Road. Probably shouldn't hurt Ray too much, considering you're looking right around 11 to 12 laps anyways on a fuel run. And we are currently just crossing for lap 12. So that's not going to hurt a lot. Quentin Young coming through the one left-hander on the course. See if he's going to stay out for another lap, and he does. So Quentin Young, Scott Dick, Tyler Graff, Isaiah Dupree, Cody Eldred, Matt Belton, Mike Whitaker, Richard Sudduth, Dominic Byrne, and Bob Lacavara currently making up your top 10. And let's see if we can find anything decent here on the track battle-wise. There's Dominic Byrne, and Bob Lacavara should be coming into your screen. There he is in the black and gold car. David Wright's going to be in that mix. And so is Gary Bauer. Currently your battle for 9th place. Not really much of a battle, I guess. Looks like, well, that's a battle for 6th between Matt Belton and Mike Whitaker as they come through the right-hander, or left-hander, I'm sorry. Whitaker, calculating driver, just going to stalk the youngster. One of Matt's first races with us, holding his own here in the top 10. Mike Whitaker was able to dodge that last lap melee and come home with a top 10 last week. Hoping to do the same this week. A little further back in the field, Dominic Byrne and Gary Bauer go around Alex Green going through the carousel. Coming down the NASCAR short chute that links both parts to the boot. Bauer working the youngster. We're back to Green here. Looks like Bauer was able to get around him. For some reason, I wasn't live. I apologize, folks. We join up back up with our leader here. Quentin Young continuing to show the way. Scott Dick 4 seconds back. Tyler Graff is another 6 seconds back off of him. As we're getting ready to see some green flag stops here relatively shortly. And I no sooner say it, Young's going to be the first one to come down pit road. Looks like Scott Dick's going to join him. I believe that's Tyler Graff taking it across the grass there. I could be wrong. Nope, Graff hasn't come in yet. That's Bob Lacavara. There's Alex Green going back out. Tyler Graff into the pit lane. Isaiah Dupree on pit lane. Matt Belton on pit lane. Richard Sudduth on pit lane. Gary Bauer staying out. And Scott Dick winning the race off pit road. Here comes Bauer at speed. Bauer's 16 laps into this stint, though. He has not pit yet. He had to have been gambling trying to get that lap led. Looks like, I believe that's Bob Lacavara in front of the leader. And it is. No, I'm sorry. That's Bill Roberts in front of the leader, taking it into the sand trap to avoid everything. I got to think Gary's going to have to. And there he goes. Bill Roberts coming into the pits. Gary Bauer taking it pit side. So green flag stop starting to happen. Scott Dick continuing to show the way. A little role reversal between he and Quentin Young. Young had to have had damage on that last pit stop with an 18-second 18-second stop. Not sure exactly what was going on there. Scott Dick still with an 8.7 stop. David Wright with a 22-second stop. I'm thinking these guys may have been trying to save fast repairs. Jay Anderson currently sitting in his pit stall as well. Scott Dick continuing to show the way. Isaiah Dupree, Tyler Graff, Cody Eldred. And then you see Isaiah Dupree currently leading Richard Sudduth. Folks, unfortunately, that's the best battle we've got so far. Within 0.2 of each other. So far, it looks like Chris Hamilton has dropped out. Joe Morganti running way in the back. John Napier running way in the back. We've got quite a few cars, a couple laps down.
User joined your channel.
Shutteth in the Bojangles car. Let's see who we have joining us in the broadcast booth. I do believe that would be Mr. John Napier. John, how you doing tonight? John Napier, how you doing tonight?
Good. Let me get back in the race here and I'll help you out, man.
Yeah, much obliged. Just trying to find anything that's worth talking about on the track other than the fact that we have the RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League turning right for the first time in the league history, doing some road stuff, as I heard somebody call it in one of the practices.
Yeah, Tony, as you saw, that didn't work out so well for me.
It didn't. Turn one didn't work out well for a lot of people, John. I was going to show the replay after replay after replay, and I went, yeah, you know what? No, this is going to take way too long to show everybody's crash. So we'll just have to do a best of compilation showing the crashes. That I'll try to put that together and hopefully have it out sometime tomorrow. I'm thinking. I think I might set it to music.
I didn't even get to turn one, Tony. You know, I knew the car had a lot of torque off the start.
I was wondering who got ran the hell over way back there. Aha. Okay. So I do believe that when I do Sudduth seems to be pulling away right now. Or like I said, John, I'm just trying to find anything that looks like a battle on the track, and the only thing that I've got so far, Quentin Young is a second. Oh, hold the phone here. Ray Zirkett closing in on Cody Eldred. That could get exciting. So we're going to follow along with Ray a little bit. Ray just got clobbered earlier. I don't know what Sam was thinking, if Sam was thinking, but just completely annihilated third place at the time. So I'm highly tempted that when I do the highlight video, I'm thinking I might go a little Boots Randolph on everybody for this one.
Well, like I said, I got so caught up in the torque of the car that I totally forgot to go. I didn't put the car in gear.
I've done that before. Not a fun experience. Good grief.
You know, I told myself, I'm not going to spin this car. I'm not going to spin this car. I'm not
Well,
going to spin
no,
this
you weren't
car.
going to spin the car in first gear because first gear is buried. The only chance you got to spin in that car is once you get it up into second gear and hit that curb at the exit of 1.
No, from a dead stop, Tony, you can't spin the car in first gear. You know, you got to remember, we're not running the rolling starts. We started from a
Oh,
standing
yeah,
start.
you're right. Well, just don't bring the revs up and you'll be fine. But yeah, so far a rather it's been an eventful race, if that makes any
I'm
sense.
Yeah, I'm not able to get back into the race. So,
Unfortunately, I feel for you, John. Um, it really it is what it is. And did you try restarting your browser?
no, it just because the race has already started, I'm not able to get back into it.
Yeah, but you were already here.
Yeah, I know.
You were already here as a driver, is what I'm getting at, John. Which means it should let you back in.
Well, no, I clicked to X totally, to exit totally.
You withdrew from the race, is what you're saying?
Yes, and it wasn't until after that that I saw your message, seeing if I would help you out. So,
Ah, okay. And it looks like Jay Anderson taking it into the tire barrier at the exit of 1. Just suicide by cop, if you will. Holy Christmas. Well, John, it is what it is. I do thank you for stopping up and letting us know what the melee was in the back. Because I was predicting something was going to happen once we got to turn 1. I wasn't thinking people were really going to get run over earlier than that. But,
yeah, that was all my fault. And, you know, I feel bad for Forrest because Forrest drilled the back of me.
well, it is what it is, and he probably actually saved Forrest simply because at that point he didn't have to get involved in that melee in turn 1. Currently running top 20, which is pretty decent. Got his nose clean so far. Um, I believe that's the only incident he had. As we're getting ready to turn, looks
You
like
know,
lap
and
25 this time across the stripe.
I just fell apart after that. You know, as you know of my driving, I prefer roads. I'm a road guy, and I just fell apart tonight.
Well, it is what it is, John. Currently, Quentin Young showing the way. Scott Dixon second. Tyler Graff over 5 seconds back, almost 6 seconds back. Sits in third. Young and Dick have definitely been the class of the field tonight so far. Um, it just you got to wonder how this is going to translate over once we get to Indy in a couple of weeks. If either one of them are going to be able to really step up and give a challenge to, the likes of, uh, the David Wright, Scott Holmes, Mark Holmes, David Llewellyn, who just put on a dominating performance last time
Well,
we were at the Brickyard.
you know, Tony, I don't mean to sound partial here, but you know, we're running the Indy and the official races right now, and don't count Greg Napier out of Indy.
Greg's one I did forget because. And I do apologize, and you can tell him I said I'm sorry for forgetting about him earlier. Uh, Came home with a very strong top 5 finish the last season, both times we went to Indy.
Yeah, he's
So,
actually last race we ran at Indy today. He qualified pole a half second faster than the entire field.
in which car?
The DW12.
I understand that, but right now I'm kind of wondering, what's going to happen with the IR05s. I mean, yes, I do remember Greg had top 5 finishes both times we were there last time. Um,
He's quick at anything there.
uh, Fair enough, fair enough.
He
But
was quick in the Star Mazdas there too.
so what you're telling me is Greg could possibly play spoiler to whoever wins today.
Exactly.
All right, I would like to see it. Um, Now, for those of you who are wondering where Sunday's broadcast was, it was because we were all too drunk to drive. We were in the um, We were in the
Twilight
21s.
Zone.
No, we were in the 21s hauler watching the big game, and there was adult beverages involved, and oh, dude, we got a race. Anybody sober enough to drive? Nope. Okay,
Nope.
race is canceled. So we're gonna make that up this coming Sunday. Um, Michigan with the DW12s. Next week is going to be the fun one, John. You know what that one is?
No, I don't.
The Heartbreak 250 at the Lady in Black. We're going to Darlington.
I'll probably be down here with you for that one. That one isn't a points race, is it?
That is a non-points race. Just going to be a bragging rights race, but should be a very exciting race.
Yes. I'm going to try to stay out of the way for that one. Me and Darlington have never gotten along well.
Well, remind me sometime. I've got to show you how to Darlington in a car that has downforce. So we're getting ready to start looking towards green flag pit stops again. Quentin Young continuing to show the way. Scott Dix at second place, 2 seconds back. Tyler Graff is another 7 seconds back in third place. Matt Belton is another 20 seconds back in fourth place. If that tells you how fast Young and Dick are lapping this facility, I don't know what does. We're talking 55. Quentin Young going 55, 855. I'll say that to you one more time. 55, 855. And his last lap was in 55, 929. First driver we've had into the 55s tonight.
Wow, that's hauling.
Yes, it is. But now, mind you, he's got 13 laps on the fuel run. So, he's running light on fuel. Looks like Richard Suddeth is going to be the first taker down pit road. Isaiah Dupree going down pit road. But you got to figure that fourth place is half a lap back. Roughly. I was talking in the pre-race about the haves and the have-nots, and you can really tell the guys that have a lot of road racing experience and the guys who don't have road racing experience but have taken the opportunity to try to learn this track as best they can. I hate to pick on Alex Green because he's had such a. I want to find out which racing deity Alex Green pissed off and try to make a sacrifice to said deity in his name. As Young and Dick come down pit road one more time. That's Tyler Graff is going to be coming down pit road. And then we still have another 20 seconds or so before we even see Matt Belton in the picture. Cody Eldridge just coming off pit road, so he's just getting his repairs done. But like I said, I want to find out which deity that Alex upset and try to make a sacrifice to try to get that off of him. But I was trying to get Alex into how to drive this track and where the braking zones were, at least that I use. That I try to drive this track safely. I don't try to really just bomb it like some guys do and can get away with. I'm not that type of driver. But it was just
Tony?
one of those. Yeah, sir.
Don't mean to interrupt you. I'm going to go ahead and pull out for the night.
All right, John. You have a good one, and sorry about what happened at the beginning there, that fracas that took you out.
Yep. You have a good night, man.
You too. So, like I said, I was starting
User disconnected from your channel.
to really try to help Alex pick up his braking zones, and quickly realized that if there's more than 4 corners on a track, Alex is going to have a difficult time remembering where he is. I can't tell you the number of times that I heard the phrase going into the horseshoe just past the bus stop. Oh, damn, I blew my braking zone. So it's probably a good thing we're not running the bus stop tonight. Quentin Young continuing to show the way. Scott Dick, Gary Bauer, Ray Zerkut, Tyler Graff, Matt Belton, the rookie, rookie in the league. I say rookie, he's not really a rookie, but it's his first race, I believe, with us here in the league. Sits 6, Cody Eldred, defending series champion, currently running 7th. It's a strong run for Cody, who admittedly is not a road racer, though he has turned laps at this track in real life, just like I have, and I believe Quentin has too. Isaiah Dupree currently sits in 8th, Dominic Byrne 9th, and Mike Whitaker in 10th. Now, that round of pit stops did tighten the field up a little bit. Gary Bauer. And there's Kevin Paskowicz coming out of the pits. Good to see KP with us tonight. From what I heard, his wife's cat got a shock of its life as it urinated on one of the outlets near his computer earlier. The cat's okay, though. Gary Bauer finally bringing the car down pit road to get the service there. Going 16 laps. Good grief, Gary. Leaves him on the table for the rest of us. Gary trying to turn this into a fuel mileage race. We're sitting 3rd there for a little bit. And that's going to, let's see. Cody Eldred's going to pick up 6th place off of Gary. Gary's going to come out in 7th place. Mike Whitaker continues to hold down the number 10 slot. I'm virtually speechless here because I really don't know what to say, folks. You got Tyler Graff trying to reel in Ray Zerka. You can see Zerka there in front. Not sure who that was getting squirrely coming through the turn 1 section there. As we are just past halfway. Looks like that might have been Jay McClendon, judging from the speed difference. Graff making a little bit of progress now on Zerkit. Zerkit trying to hold him off. And yes, folks, this is the closest battle on the track right now. 6/10, 8/10 is the closest battle on the track. Believe me, if there was anything closer, I'd show it to you. So we're going to go down through the field here a little bit. Looks like Gary Bauer's a second back off Cody Eldred. You can see Eldred there in the shake and bake car just going into turn 1. That looked like I didn't catch who that was locking the brakes up in front of Cody. There's Isaiah Dupree. Dupree and Bauer really getting tight. Dupree's got the inside line as they come down the back straightaway. Bauer's got the draft off of Eldred, and Dupree just had a hell of a run coming up through the S's. You're going to get the spot off of Bauer. Bauer's not going to be too happy with him as they come through the horseshoe. Eldred's still dealing with the lap cars in front of him. And Dupree's just walking away. Not sure if Gary had a little bit of a hiccup there. The lap car is given the outside line, given the preferred line. Who is that that's the 22 of Jay McClendon. And it looks like McClendon just ate it coming out of 1. Luckily didn't take anybody with him. There's Eldred. There goes Dupree and Bauer. And again, folks, this is one of the closest battles on the track right now. This is the battle for 6th, 7th, and 8th. Dupree currently sitting 7th. We're going to follow defending series champion Cody Eldred in the 1, shake and bake backed car. Eldred, another one of what you'd consider a hometown boy. Went to school just about an hour west of here at Alfred State College. Got his motorsports technology degree. Part of the curriculum there was they did get a chance to come here on occasion and run the at the time it was the NASCAR Import Series car that the school had. So Cody's got some real life experience at the track. I believe if I remember correctly, I talked to Quentin Young as well. He's ran go-karts here. So, somebody that's arguably not a road racer like Cody, the real life experience has to help when you come to a place like this. And Cody, like I said, defending series champion, so he knows his way around this car. It's just figuring out how hard can you push it. As Young continues to show the way, Scott Dick 6th and 2nd, Ray Zerkett 3rd, Tyler Graff 4th, Matt Belton sits in 5th, and Cody Eldridge 6th, Isaiah Dupree 7th, Gary Bauer 8th, Dominic Byrne 9th, and Mike Whitaker in 10th. But let's run down the intervals. From Quentin Young to Scott Dick in 2nd place, you have almost 7 seconds, and then it's another 23 seconds back to Ray Zerkett. Tyler Graff is another 2 seconds back off of that. Matt Belton is another 7 seconds back off of that. Cody Eldred, currently sitting in 6th, is another 12 seconds back off of that. Isaiah Dupree, just under a second back off of Cody. You see Isaiah there in the Santander red car. Starting to close in on him a little bit. Catches a draft down the back straightaway. Brings it into half a second. And this is the battle on the track right now. The rookie versus the defending series champion. And you see him there coming down the straightaway. That is Tyler Graff in the background, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, that was Quentin Young just coming through the horseshoe. And there's Young just coming out of the final corner now. So that's how close it is. Young has already lapped up to 9th place. And a little bit of a pucker moment coming out of the pits. Looks like Jay Anderson trying to merge and just barely giving this battle some room. Anderson might be grabbing the brake a little bit to let Gary Bauer have a tow. The teammates trying to work together here. And basically everybody you see in this picture right now is running scared and for dear life because they know Young is coming. Young is definitely on his way. There he is in the very background of that picture there. Gary Bauer looks like he's going to be the first to fall to him. Ray Zerkett having to go a lap down in the pits. As this continues to be the battle on track. 1/10 of a second as they pull side by side coming down the back straightaway. That's Dupree on the inside. Eldred giving him room. Eldred's going to get the toe down the short chute, separating the boot. There's the exit to the boot there. Eldred thinking better of it. Probably going to get him down the front straightaway. About to play Show Us on the Doll Where He Touched You. as we're getting ready to look towards another round of green flag stops. See who's going to gamble on staying out the longest here, because this could possibly be the money stop. We just crossed for 43 of 60. And basically anybody that can get to lap 46, 15 to go if you will, can make it from there. Quentin Young continues to show the way. Just put Gary Bauer a lap down. Jay McClendon fighting for dear life, trying not to hold these guys up, but still trying to not go a lap down. So Young is on his way. You just saw him flash into the view there. That was him in the red, white, and blue car. As Gary Bauer looked like he may have caught the tire barrier. Dupree and Eldred. Dupree got clear of Eldred. Eldred looking like he's just going to try to ride it out here. Quentin Young, Scott Dick, Tyler Graff, Matt Belden, Isaiah Dupree, Cody Eldred, Gary Bauer, Ray Zirkett, Dominic Byrne, and Mike Whitaker rounding out your top 10. This continues to be the best battle on the track. Less than half a second separate 5th and 6th place. And we are fast approaching green flag stops. And Dupree takes it pit side. Why did Dupree go so early? I don't know. And it's going to hand over 5th place to Cody Eldred. Cody's running for his life right now, knowing that he's got to go one. If he goes one more lap, he can definitely make it. And Cody on the exact same fuel strategy as Quentin Young behind him. As they're getting ready to cross for 15 to go this coming time across the stripe. Quentin Young continues to show the way. Scott Dick 10 seconds back off your leader. Young has just decimated this field today. Cody Eldred going to stay out one more lap. Quentin Young going to take it pit side. Going to gamble on it. Cody Eldred going to stay out one more lap to try to get some distance. It all depends on who's going to have the better in lap and who's going to have the better out lap. Scott Dick into the pits, done. Quentin Young finally into his stall. 4.7 seconds. I don't think Young took tires. Young did not take tires, ladies and gentlemen. Quentin Young gonna gamble that those tires are gonna last another 15 laps. Ooh, buddy. Matt Belton is in. Tyler Graff is in. Gary Bauer staying out another lap. Bauer's only 13 laps into his fuel stint. Ray Zirkett had to take it in short pit. Cody Eldred finally getting it into his stall. Let's see what type of lap. That's going to put Eldred a lap down by the time it's all said and done. Eldred's going to lose a lap. Isaiah Dupree was able to catch him. Isaiah had a better out lap than Cody's in lap. So a little bit of shuffling of the running order here. Gary Bauer still needs to pit. As we are... That was the money stop, folks. What you have is what you have. And Quentin Young gambled on tires. And Alex Green is out of fuel. Alex Green is out of fuel. It looks like Alex is currently towing the car. So he is currently off the track. It's a good thing to see there. So there you see Cody Elder, defending series champion, in between Scott Dick and Quentin Young, which means Cody is now a lap down. Let's see where Isaiah Dupree is. Isaiah Dupree has gone a lap down. So Quentin Young has currently lapped all the way up to, is that who I think it is? No, it wasn't. Did not catch who that was. It was not Ray Zirkett, so that's all that kind of matters right now. Let's take a look and see who that might have been. As watch Dupree and Young come through the NASCAR short chute. Can't see who that is in front of them. That might be let's see when they flash by here. Absolutely. And I can't see who that is. Josh Vincent in the 13. Vincent getting sideways. Coming out of the left-hander. So that's 13th. Quentin Young currently lapped all the way up to Isaiah Dupree in 5th. So the only cars left on the lead lap: Scott Dick, Tyler Graff, Matt Belton in 4th. Which, if you take a look at the overall time frame,
User joined your channel.
there's Belton coming down the front straightaway now, and there's Graff coming through the left-hander. Let's see who decided to join us.
How's it going, Tony?
Mark the Boss Vega, better late than pregnant. Welcome, sir. You've missed a what's the word I'm looking for? Interesting race so far. Quentin Young currently lapping all the way up to 4th place. Matt Belton in 4th, and the 111 is the last car on the lead lap.
Well, did they go through pit cycle or?
They've gone through 3 pit cycles. We are currently 10 laps to go, and Quentin Young has just decimated this field. If you thought Chris Parkman's leading the most laps last week was impressive, I dare say Quentin Young has led everything except a handful of them. Scott Dick beat him out of the pits after the first set of pit stops, and from there it's been the Quentin Young show. He has a 13-second lead over 2nd place currently.
Wow. Yeah, sorry I came in late 10 laps to go.
Hey, it is what it is, sir. I completely understand you got to make that money, and I envy you for being able to do so at this time. But we're currently watching. We're watching one of the most dominating driving performances I think we're going to see all season. From the pole, led the most laps. Currently lapped all the way up to leaving 4th place, the last car on the lead lap. It just, good grief, what more can you say?
Wow, I see a lot of cars lapped down. Oh, 45, 46.
I will be putting together a reel of shame, I'm going to call it. Just because I'm going through the lineup, and it was definitely, everybody gridded quicker than I thought they were going to. and rather than being able to roll off on the grid, they went green and I missed it. So I do apologize to everybody that was watching the stream. Once again, I screwed up. Shocking, I know, but as we currently sit, closing in on 5 to go. Closing in on it. We're inside 10. I will be doing a best worst of kind of deal, and I'm thinking of putting it to music just to make it entertaining for everybody. That should be up sometime later this week to show you everything that you missed, all the fun and excitement of the first handful of laps that took out half the field.
So it must be good to say that I'm glad I was gonna run this race, so I probably would have been a part of that video there.
I was actually thinking about contemplating running this race myself, being as you're from New York, I'm from New York, Quentin's from New York, Cody's from New York State. There's 5 of us, 6 of us in the league from New York State. A couple of us went to college less than an hour from here. I live about 90 minutes from here. Quentin, I believe, lives about 90 minutes from here, because if I'm not mistaken, he lives on the other side of the town, same town I'm from. But hindsight being 2020, and kind of listening to what everybody was saying during the practice races, I'm glad I missed this race and I'm up here in the booth, because now I get to make fun of it instead of being mad.
Yeah, I'm watching Quentin Young, and oh my God, he's just dominating here. Oh.
Well, if you take a look at the splits, he's 13 seconds up on Scott Dick, who is in second place. 45 and a half seconds up on Tyler Graff, who currently sits in third place. And 47 seconds up on Matt Belton, who's in fourth place. That being said, his last lap was a 57.2. His best lap was a 55.8. So fast lap of the event, 55.855.
In a one practice race, he was just dominating it too with the 55-second runs. Like, really?
Well, the thing is, Quentin. Oh yeah, I mean Quentin is a road racer. You can definitely tell the difference between the haves and the have-nots. Oh. Excuse me, folks. You can definitely tell the difference between the haves and the have-nots in this race. Those that have a lot of road course experience, those that don't have a lot of road course experience. The one that I really feel for right now is Parkman. Chris Parkman just got clobbered. No other way to say it.
I see now with the way the race is unfolding here, and I'm looking at the standings, the points standings. It's going to do a nice big shuffle. A lot of people are going to be hurting in points this race.
Oh, very much so. Especially going into the race, points leader Chris Parkman, who currently, according to the rundown, sits in 29th.
And Gregory Napier was in 5th in points, and he's in 32nd right now. So that's going to be a nice big shuffle of points.
Now, here's the thing with Greg. You can blame his father for that one. Because, one of the things that John was actually making sure that he didn't do. Actually, I take that back. Greg never even. Greg's probably going to take a provisional on this one. Because I don't think he didn't take time. And he's 53 of 53 laps down.
Oh my God.
No, I'm sorry,
I don't
Greg.
mean to laugh.
Well, it is what it is. But you got. John Napier kind of forgot to put the car into gear, so he got run over from behind by 3 cars. Parkman started outside row number 1 and got clobbered at the base of the S's. Forrest Sparks, who just flashed by there in front of our leader, Quentin Young. Another one who, well, he was one of the ones that got into the Napier deal. Quentin was able to get out there early. And who is that idiot? Who's in the 6?
Sam.
No, seriously.
6 car is Sam.
Yeah, we're going to need to have a discussion with Samuel when this race is over about how to and how not to merge coming out of pits. Because he almost just killed the leader. And in case you ever wondered what a 14-second lead looked like, you could just, as the camera cut out to follow Quentin Young, you could just barely see the nose of Scott Dick's car as Quentin went through the horseshoe at the end of the back straightaway. So let's follow along here again. There goes Young in the red, white, and blue car. Okay, and just by that tree, there you can just barely see the top of Scott Dick's car. That's what 13 seconds looks like, ladies and gentlemen. Good grief. It's academic. White flag is out. Hell, the wheels could fall off from here.
From seeing as many people as I see in the race, a lot more of the drivers, as I'm going through the field, and it is the last lap, needed to practice more. I hate to say it, it was only like a handful that practiced with all these people.
Well, here's the thing, and we do have a lot of decent oval racers. If you take a look at how many, I'm going to call them red tags, we see in this race, how many of the drivers that are our regulars have run a road course before?
So, Matthew Belton, he's new to the league, correct?
That is correct.
And he finished 3rd.
So let's take a look at the final standings here. So we got Quentin Young just dominating and decimating the field. Scott Dick coming home in 2nd place. Matt Belton, first race ever with us. He was worried. I'll just park so I stay out of everybody's way. Don't ever say that again, Matt. I feel like a tool for saying that he has to race because of America earlier today on our Facebook page. Coming home in 4th. Gary Bauer able to recover for 5th, 1 lap down. Cody Eldred, defending series champion, coming home 6th, 1 lap down. Isaiah Dupree, David Wright, Mike Whitaker, and Richard Sudduth rounding out your top 10, all 1 lap down. Dominic Byrne is your last car, 1 lap down. Josh Vincent, Forrest Sparks, Ray Zirkett, Kevin Paskowitz, Johnny Antonucci, Bob Lacavara, Jay McClendon, Bill Roberts, owner of RobertsTechJobs.com, your Midwest leader for IT temp to hire positions in the Midwest area. For more information on what they have available, go to RobertsTechJobs.com. Let Bill know that the ISL sent you. Also, proud sponsor of the RobertsTechJobs.com challenge. which will pit the winner of tonight's race, Quentin Young. Your fun has just started, sir. From being that this was the first race listed in the challenge, Quentin now gets to try to back this win up at Indianapolis, which not an easy task as it might sound, right, Mark?
No, it's not. Easier said than done.
Especially anybody that followed the series last season. You've got both Holmes brothers, Chris Parkman, Greg Napier, who finished top 5 both times we were there, David Llewellyn, who unlapped himself the hard way twice and went on to win the last time we were there, which I believe was one of the last races before last season's chase. So it's not as easy as it might sound, but should Quentin win at Indy, the first trip to Indy that we take this season, he then gets to go on to Dover, the regular season finale, and try to win there. If Quentin Young can win the first stop at Indy and the regular season finale at Dover, RobertsTechJobs.com will present him with a cash prize and a lovely trophy for the Roberts Tech Jobs Challenge. RobertsTechJobs.com challenge. I apologize, Bill. I screwed that one up. I knew I was going to. But, you be sure to check out the Indy Speedway League Facebook page for some more information on that. Congratulations to Quentin Young for just a dominating performance. Welcome to the league, Mr. Belton. It's good to have you with us. First race, pulls a top 3 out of his backside. Tyler Graff with a strong performance coming home with a top 5. Gary Bauer, who admitted he's not a road racer. As a matter of fact, he spent the better part of the last month just practicing on the road side because he knew this race was going to be so important. Cody Eldred coming home with a top 10, finishing 6th. Isaiah Dupree. David Wright with a strong performance in 8th. Mike Whitaker, another one, strong performance, arguably and admittedly not a strong road racer, coming home with a top 10. Richard Sudduth coming home with a top 10. Forrest Sparks coming home with a top 15. Awesome drive, Mr. Sparks. He said that this was one of the tracks that he feared the most coming into this race. And then Ray Zirkett got taken out running 3rd. So that's something that the competition committee is going to have to take a look at with whom the hammer is going to fall on there. I already know the answer, and I bet you could probably guess, Mr. Vega. Your boy.
Oh my God, you serious?
I'm dead serious. Kevin Paskovich coming home with a top 15. Good run for Kevin. We would like to remind everybody that throughout the entire month of February, the IndyCar Speedway League would like to remind everybody to get yourself checked for pulmonary hypertension. If for more information, you'd like to go to the Pulmonary Hypertension Association. It's phassociation.org. Get yourself tested. Make sure that you're okay. We do have some friends of the league that do have some issues. If you'd like to make a donation to the Pulmonary Hypertension Association, you can do that from their webpage, phassociation.org.
Now, Tony, before we leave, the Triple Crown you're talking about for Quentin, the 2 drivers that have been strong all season so far, I think have a big chance on getting it, which is Gary Bauer and Jay Anderson.
Well, the thing is Quentin right now is the only one that could get it. So if anybody else wins one of those 2 races, guess what?
Quentin screwed.
They just basically just pulled that money out of Quentin's pocket.
Oh, this was the first race of it,
This was
correct?
the first race in the Triple Crown.
Okay.
Think of it as horse racing's Triple Crown. The Indy Speedway League's Triple Crown is going to be our one road course, the Brickyard, the first visit to the Brickyard, that is, and our only 1 mile track in the season.
I got you. I didn't know this was the first race of it.
Oh, yes. So I just received word that Matt Belton is
User was
out
moved
of
to your channel.
the car. Matt, welcome to the league, sir.
Hi guys, how's it going?
Good job, podium.
Impressive drive, podium with your first ever trip to the league. Walk us through that first corner on the first lap. How did you survive that melee?
I'm just slowing down and trying to pick a gap and try and get through. That was the main bit, and be a bit lucky. That's pretty much all.
Fair enough. So would like to remind everybody, especially you, Matt, that we are going to be going to the Lady in Black on Valentine's Day. So do you plan on joining us for the Heartbreak 250 next Tuesday night?
Yeah, I hope so, mate. It's just commitments with work and just getting time off is pretty hard with work because I'm in Australia, so it makes it a bit hard too. So, but when I actually can get time to do these events, I really enjoy them actually.
Well, we are happy to have you in the league, Matt. Again, awesome performance. Your first time with the league. What did you think of our fixed setup with the old Indy cars here?
Mate, I think it's great. Everyone's on an even level, and everyone gets the most out of the car too. Like it all comes down to your skill level, and me being mainly a road driver, I really love the road circuits on these cars. They just grip up so well. It's just fantastic racing.
Well, that's what we were going for. Again, Matt, real happy to have you with us. Congratulations on the podium in your first race in the RobertStackJobs.com Indy Speedway League. Hope to see you around in a lot more races. Don't forget that we will be going to the Michigan International Speedway this coming Sunday evening. I believe it's going to be Monday morning for you in the DW12. Again, fixed setup. I've heard nothing but good things and good feedback about that setup. So hopefully you're going to be able to join us for that one as well.
Yeah, I hope so. I really enjoy these events with a lot of cars and a lot of good races. So hopefully I can catch it. So yeah.
All right. So Matt Belton, congratulations. We'll let you get back to the post race drivers meeting or debriefing up top, and hopefully we'll catch you again in the next one. Let's
User was
see.
moved out of your channel.
Do we have? Yes.
Would you like to bring the legal owner Alex Green in?
No, I'm going to be doing this.
User was moved to your channel.
New York in the
There he is.
house. Quentin Young. Oh my God.
Quinn, you got a
yeah.
copy.
Yeah, I do.
That, sir, has to be one of the most dominating performances I have ever seen.
Thanks a lot, Tony.
Awesome job, bud. Awesome job. Had a feeling you were going to be up there watching the practices.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
road course racing's kind of my thing, so I had a lot of confidence going into this because I you look at like my racing account, I road race all the time, so this was something that I felt like it was going to be one of my best chances to win this season.
Well, representing New York and Watkins Glen, you had to show up. Me and Tony wanted to run, but at least somebody represented it.
Walk us through that turn one melee. How on earth did you miss that?
I was in front of it. I got a decent start. I think I cleared parking by one. I entered in turn one, and I didn't have an issue with having to deal with the incident behind me.
All right, so the race length was 60 laps. Would you like to take a guess how many laps you actually led, in case you haven't looked already?
50?
You're close. In a 60-lap race, Mr. Quentin Young, you just led 52 of 60 laps, started from the pole, and had the fastest lap of the night with a 55.855. Good grief, man. Leave some on the table for the rest of us, will you?
Yeah, I thought about it, but then I thought about a win, and I like that one a lot more.
Fair enough. fair enough, man. So
So now
I
you're
really
excited for the. I'm sorry, Tony.
well. Go ahead, Mark. I know exactly what you were about to ask him.
Are you excited about the Triple Crown from Robert's Jobs Tech Jobs? I'm sorry. I'm
The
just like
Roberts
excited.
the RobertsTechJobs.com Triple Crown Challenge. You are now the only driver who can win it in the IR05s. Which, in case nobody told you ahead of time, if you won Watkins Glen, you still now have to win the first trip to Indianapolis and the regular season finale in Dover. If you can win those two races, RobertsTechJobs.com and league's main sponsor, Bill Roberts, will present you with a cash prize and a lovely trophy.
I heard about that before. That should be really fun. Hopefully, I can manage to win the next trip to Indy and win Dover. Should be fun.
Well,
Well,
you've been up front, so you've been hanging in there. So
yeah, absolutely. But I do have to give you a little bit of a warning that you're going to be up against some real stiff competition. Both of the Holmes brothers last year had very strong performances at both trips to Indy. Greg Napier had a very strong podium both times that we were at Indy last season. David Llewellyn unlapped himself the hard way twice to come back to win that from 2 laps down the last time we were there. So it's not going to be a cakewalk. You're gonna really, if you're going to earn Indy, you're going to need to earn it.
Yeah,
yeah,
Indy should be really, really fun. I'm looking forward to that.
All
so
right.
Quentin, you basically have right now a target on your back because everybody is going to be gunning to knock you off of it because they know they can't get it and you can, so they're going to try everything they can to stop you. So unfortunately, you have that target.
Now
Come and get me.
here's the other thing I'd like to point out, Mark. This was the first qualifier for the RobertsTechJobs.com challenge. There are 2 prizes up for grabs. There's the IR05 League, which you just saw tonight. There's also one that's for the DW12s. So Quentin's got a second chance at this one
Yep.
in 2 weeks. We will be going to Michigan to make up for the drunken Super Bowl fiasco that took place this past Sunday, where nobody was sober enough to even attempt to race. So we're going to be at Michigan this coming week in the DW12s on this coming Sunday at, I believe the broadcast is scheduled to go off at 8:20 p.m. If you want to join us for the racing, hot laps start at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And then this coming Tuesday, we will be at Darlington, which should be interesting for the... we're visiting the Lady in Black on Valentine's Day for the Heartbreak 250. Oh boy, I need tequila. So I would like to remind you, Mark, getting back to what I was telling you, is Quentin's got another shot at being able to qualify for this. He could, if everything falls his way, could come out of this with 2 cash prizes and 2 trophies. On top of that, Quentin, you just qualified, unofficially qualified for the IR05 League Chase. So something to look forward to as well.
Yeah, it should. The next few weeks in this league should be really, really fun. I'm not really looking forward to Darlington because I'm terrible at Darlington, but should be interesting. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the chase.
Well, the good news is Darlington is a non-points race, so just for bragging rights.
Even better.
All right, so Quentin, we're going to let you get back up to the post-race drivers debriefing, and we'll let you get back to it. Congratulations on the dominating performance, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Tony. Thanks, Mark. Good job in the commentary. Next week should be really, really fun.
10-4. Good job
User was
again.
moved out of your channel.
All right, so there is Quentin Young. Let's bring Scott down, and we'll call it a night.
User was moved to your channel.
Second place tonight, Mr. Scott Dick joining us in the booth. Scott, wow.
How you doing?
You and Quentin were definitely the class of the field tonight, sir.
Well, Quentin was tough. We got a chance. We got lucky on the start because a lot of guys couldn't make it through turn one, and we got a chance to break away. And then he just started pulling away. We ran into some traffic, and he was tough to beat. Nobody was going to catch him. I mean, I tried my best, and even in the traffic, I thought maybe I could get a break. Never happened. And he actually had a problem in the pits. His car wasn't fueling, and that actually got me a chance to catch back up to him midway. And but I didn't have it for him. So congrats to Quentin. He was the class of the field.
Well, congrats to you, too. Second quickest lap of the event. The only other driver in the field to lead a lap tonight was you. So congratulations on that. Definitely we could tell the difference tonight between the haves and the have-nots as opposed to, who has road racing experience and who really doesn't have that much road racing experience.
Yeah, I do mostly road racing. As a matter of fact, I'm racing over at where am I going to? Mossport in about 10 minutes in the Star Mazda, the Pro Mazda, which is a great group. But there's so many wrecks. I prefer the leagues because normally everybody gives way and they're gentlemen. And then when I start some of the races, I actually tell the guys, race it like you're in a league where you have to be accountable if you take somebody out, which actually helps out a lot on incidents the first lap.
Yeah, it does. And you already touched on the first lap melee that took out a good number of good cars. But I'm looking through the standings here as far as post race. Gary Bauer in fifth place is the first one who does not have. Let me double check this here. Gary Bauer is the first one who does not have his A license. Oh, no, I stand corrected. Tyler Graff doesn't have an A license either. As far as where everybody finished, Tyler and Gary in fourth and fifth are the first two that did not have an A-class road license. So, just the three of you that did, especially you and Quentin, just you guys walked away from the field, and 13 seconds being the interval of the line doesn't really tell the whole story because there was quite a bit of that race that you were within striking distance, and just I don't know what else to say, but congratulations on the podium. Hopefully we'll see a lot more. Would like to remind you, Scott, are you coming to Indy with us in a couple weeks?
Oh yeah. I should be at Indy. A couple of other races I missed, unfortunately, but I'll definitely be at Indy, and I appreciate it. And thanks to Alex and all you guys putting this thing on because it's a lot of fun. I look forward to it, and hopefully next time I can give Quentin a little bit better battle. I know I had to save fuel at the end, and I backed off big time because if not, I would have ran out of fuel probably a half a lap before I got there. So I said, "There's no way." So, but I think Quentin deserves everything, and it was fun.
Well, you can get your vengeance in a couple of weeks at Indy because I'm not sure if everybody or anybody informed you, but there is a little thing that's called the RobertsTechJobs.com Triple Crown Challenge, which consists of Watkins Glen, the first trip to Indy, and the regular season finale at Dover. So right now, Quentin is qualified to try to win that. So he's got that target on his back. So if he doesn't win Indy, there's no Triple Crown for the IR05 series.
So basically, I should try to spoil it. Is that what you're telling me?
Well, that's the thing is you have an opportunity to spoil it because if I'm not mistaken, both times we visited Indianapolis last season, you had a top 5 finish both times.
Well, it was definitely, Indianapolis. It's a great track, but the draft is so huge, and I like to lay in the back for a while because it's such a shame to get all set up to run, and after the first couple minutes, an incident happens. So, and nothing really is important as long as you stay with the pack towards the end. That's usually where I hang out at. So that's my own philosophy. Because
Well, Scott.
you know. Yes,
Well,
go ahead.
Scott, you got I know we know you missed a couple of races, but you have drop weeks. So when all the numbers are crunched up, you might be way up there in contention. So even with drop weeks, am I correct, Tony?
Yeah, even with drop weeks. Now it's still a win and you're in kind of situation, unless we get more than 12 winners. With 21 regular season races, it's going to be kind of difficult to to even speculate at this point in time of how many winners we're going to get. But basically, if it's a win and you're in situation, if we have more than 12 winners, it'll just be the top 12 in points. Going on to the chase. If we don't get 12 winners, then it's going to be a points race, and there's still plenty of time to accumulate some points and maybe get a win or
User
two in
was
there,
moved
Scott.
to your channel.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be super. Well, I guess I better jump off here and let you guys talk to the other guys, and I certainly appreciate it. And we'll see you guys soon. It was a lot of fun, and those were a lot of laps.
Congratulations, Scott. Tony,
No,
we have.
Yep,
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
certainly appreciate it. We'll see you guys soon.
thanks, Scott. We'll catch you next time.
User was moved out of your
Joining us
channel.
now is the first of our oval ringers, Gary Bauer. Gary, congratulations on the top 5. I mean, I don't really know what else to say there. You were the last car to go a lap down or fall a lap down to Quentin there. So, walk us through that first lap melee and how you survived it, Gary.
Well, that first lap melee, I started in the pits. We couldn't get out of there until they were still in front of us. So it was like that's how come he had to clear my black flag. I was weaving in and out of cars that were wrecked, and it seemed like that for about the first 10 laps, trying to avoid people. It's always my theory here at these road races and leagues is go steady and fast, but not crazy fast, and try to avoid the roadkill.
You did a good job, Gary.
Thank you. It was fun.
Now, you looking forward to Indy?
Yeah, I am. I'm looking forward to Watkins, Glen, and the DW12. I'm not going to start in the pits this time. I'm going to work from now until then. We got 2 weeks. I'm going to go up there and challenge old Dominic. That guy's going to be in trouble.
Absolutely, but I would like to point out where Mark was going with that is because of the whole Triple Crown Challenge thing. Quentin just qualified in the IR05 series for the Delara Circa 2011, whatever you want to call it. Just qualified for the RobertsTechJobs.com Triple Crown Challenge. The next gem in that Triple Crown is going to be the first stop in Indy in a couple of weeks. So you have a chance to play spoiler because if memory serves me correctly, you had one heck of a performance, so you got caught up in somebody else's mess last time we were at Indy.
Yeah, I like Indy a lot. In fact, David and I were racing there towards the end, and he kind of cut my nose off, and after that I ended up second. But I don't know if it caused damage or what, but yeah, it was fun. I had a good time in that race.
Well, you've got a chance to play spoiler now. You just survived with the top 5 and arguably what Quentin's domain is with the roadside, and you are just an animal when it comes to the 2 mile and up tracks. So, something to look forward to there.
User was moved to your channel.
But So yeah, no, congratulations on the top 5, Gary. We'll let you get back to the post race debriefing up top, and we'll see you Sunday at Michigan in the DW12s.
All right. Thanks, guys. You guys are doing a good job up here. Thank you, Alex. thanks, Jay. He didn't wreck me tonight, so you don't have to say that.
All right. Thank you so much, Gary Bauer. Congratulations.
User was moved out of your channel.
Tyler Graff joining us now. Tyler, good grief, son. Last driver on the lead lap.
Yeah, that's due to my own doing. I should have been further up, but I got a speeding penalty in the second pit stop. So,
Well, still, let's call it the way that we see it here. You know, you're generally not really a road course person in the iRacing sim. You're better known for your oval prowess, but you know, you had a hell of a run today, kid.
thank you. Yeah, I was running top 3 for most of the night, and I think it was Matthew and we were battling there at the end, and I gave him a little too much room going into the second to last corner and tried to cross him over and hit my front wing into his rear wing and went sliding off the track and had to settle for 4th.
Well, still, it was a strong 4th place finish. I'd like to point out that you were the last car on the lead lap. If that means anything to you, and whatever that means to you, you were the last car on the lead lap. That's how dominating a performance Quentin and Scott had up in the front of the field. You know, for you and Matt to be able to hang on like you did, you know, that really says something to your driving skill.
Thank you. I was up there with Quentin and Scott at the beginning. I was kind of hanging about 6 seconds behind him until I got that penalty, but it seemed like I think do you guys know if Quentin was taking fresh tires every pit stop?
The last pit stop, he did not take fresh tires. He only had a 4.7 second stop. The rest of y'all were averaging 6.
Wow. Yeah, I only took tires once, and every time I was on new tires, the car just flat out sucked, and it's hard to find that balance, because when you're on the tires for too long, they're gonna start to get to wear out, and then they suck everywhere. But you hit that sweet spot, you run like a mid 56, a low 56 for 2 laps, and then you plateau, and then you're just kind of running around.
Right. So, not sure if you're aware of it or not. We're asking all the drivers tonight if you know, as we interview, you are aware of the RobertsTechJobs.com Triple Crown Challenge, correct?
I am, yes.
Okay. You do realize that the next jewel in that crown is the first trip to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway that we're going to have in a couple of weeks.
Yes, I do. Yep, I'm excited for Indianapolis.
And if memory serves me correctly, the last trip that we had to the Brickyard, which was the regular season finale of last year, or of last season 1 of the IR05 cars, you had a top 5 finish, if memory serves correct, and led a couple of laps.
Yeah, I think I led for a while. I think I finished 4th or 5th. Maybe gave up 4th right on the last lap.
So
yeah, I've always loved Indianapolis. It's a fun track to race at. So
okay, so far tonight we've talked to Scott Dick, who had a top 5, you who've had a top 5, and Gary Bauer, who had a top 5 at Indy. So there's 3 people right there that finished in the top 5 tonight that could possibly play spoiler and put an end to Quentin's Triple Crown dreams.
and I think it kind of shaped up the same way tonight as it did last time at Indianapolis, is because Indianapolis is kind of a road course that you're going 200 miles an hour on. It's just with how the track's laid out, and you can never really do the same thing every lap. You kind of have to feel the track out, and I think people that have that road racing backgrounds, whether it's on iRacing or in real life, it's definitely going to help them out at some of those tracks, especially Indianapolis, this track we're at tonight, and the shorter tracks.
Very much so. Now, have you had a chance to turn any laps at next week's venue at the Lady in Black, Darlington?
I actually don't even own the track yet. I need to do that sometime this week. Hopefully get a few laps turned and go out and have some fun. I'll be running a throwback paint scheme next weekend.
All right. Throwback paint scheme for Indy cars, or throwback paint scheme for what?
It'll be like an old Penske Indy car.
Okay, I was gonna say, don't tell me that you're gonna do what I think you're gonna do, and I'm gonna have to poke fun at you all night. So yeah, no, I can definitely respect the classic, the old IndyCar paint schemes, with as many Indianapolis Motor Speedway victories as the captain has had. I can definitely respect that. So
Either I'll do a Penske one or do a Dan Weldon design that I might run at the All-Star or at the Dan Weldon Memorial Race as well.
fair enough. I can respect that. So Tyler, definitely congratulations. We will see you this coming Sunday, I hope, at the DW12 race at Michigan.
I should be there.
All right. So yeah, once again, Tyler, congratulations on the top 5, and we'll let you get back up to the post race debriefing.
Thank you.
User was moved out of
Mark,
your channel.
so yeah, what we saw tonight, my friend. Do you have anything else to add?
It looked interesting. Since I missed the beginning, I can't really commentate on it.
Well,
from what I'm feeling, it was a nightmare.
Yeah, the first handful of laps, everybody was getting a little bit chippy, which is to kind of be expected. Tensions were high. Nobody wanted to really chunk the first standing start in league history, so they were kind of. Some guys were tentative, some guys weren't quite as tentative as they probably should have been. And
I had a feeling it was going to happen with the standing start. There was going to be issues.
it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. There was one car that didn't go. The car behind him and the car behind that one kind of got into that car. Basically, everybody was fine until the exit of one. You had guys going too wide, going through turn 1, and as you well know from running here, if you try to board slide that curb at the exit of 1, that's just going to lead to bad things happening.
Yes, a lot of people don't realize that it's concrete there, but it's slippery concrete.
Well, it's slippery concrete, but there's also a crown to it, and it's even worse now because they have repaved this track in real life, so that curb is even more deadly now than it is in sim. But I really am looking forward to seeing how the rest of the season plays out. Looking forward to seeing if Quentin can hold on. I got to give the kid credit. He has become quite a proficient oval racer as well as being a road course ringer. So, who's to say? Maybe he might be able to hang on for a win or two.
Yeah.
So, for Mark Vega, Tony Trapasso here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, RobertsTechJobs.com, Indy Speedway League. First jewel of the Triple Crown goes to Quentin Young, and we will be on pins and needles to see if he can hang on to it. Next scheduled race Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, the scheduled session start time. That will be DW12s at Michigan. Next Tuesday night, the Heartbreak 250 from the Lady in Black. See who gets to have all sorts of fun there with her. The Heartbreak 250, Darlington International Speedway. Practice time scheduled to go off at 8:30. That's the hot lap session. We'll probably get into it at about quarter to 9 is probably when we're going to go live on the air. We will see you there with all the fun and excitement from the Lady in Black. From wine country here in lovely upstate New York, Tony Trapasso for Mark Vega. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us, and we will see you in the next one.
See you on the next one.